And we're live. Yay! I love it when technology works. Hi, if you're new to this channel, I'm Carrie. I cosplay, crochet, and enjoy history bounding. And this is my first live stream. I had some technical difficulties. All of a sudden, my camera didn't want to work. So I'm on my other computer and my notes are over there. Hello, notes. Cancel. What are you doing? There we go. Okay. It is just me running things, so bear with me if you post a comment. It might take me a moment to respond. If I haven't replied to you and it's been a bit, just kind of type something again to kind of like, hey, Carrie, hello, question. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. On to the discussion while I crochet, because this is part of the reason why I started this channel, was to help me focus on being creative and get things done. Okay. Our discussion for this evening, being a den parent at a cosplay masquerade. I will be talking about mostly my recent experience at being a den parent at Costume Con 42 or CC 42. And I was a den parent for both the sci-fi fantasy masquerade and the historic masquerade. Oh my gosh, there were so many pretty things. And please feel free to chime in with any experiences you may have of being a den parent or a participant in a masquerade or masquerade director, green room organizer. Let everyone's voice be heard. All right. Okay. So this all started when my friend, who happened to be the director for the sci-fi fantasy masquerade, posted on her Facebook that they're looking for volunteers in the green room for the sci-fi fantasy masquerade. And I'm like, I could do that. Like, why not? I've been to many cons. I know what happens in a green room. I've been a participant a few times. Like, okay, it's time to give back to the cosplay community. I then had to fill out a volunteer form for Costume Con 42. Mostly it was, when are you available? And what are you willing to do? They also had other sections for like specific skill set that you may have, or I forget all of it. That there was a lot though on the volunteer sheet. Of course, I was just focused on helping out in the green room. I didn't know yet what I wanted to be doing at the con, but it's like, you know what? I will give you that chunk of my time that evening. I was impressed. They had a online training session for all of the volunteers, which I missed because of a family emergency. But they did give me a copy of the notes from that meeting, so that was really nice. I appreciated that. And it was mostly very standard things. This is the layout of the convention. This is where we're going to have certain things. This is where you can find first aid kits, the phone numbers for people if you need to get a hold of somebody, the chain of command. If you have a question, like somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, who do you talk to? Mostly things like that. And I've been a volunteer for many different kinds of events. It was all fairly straightforward, but it is important to make sure that everybody is on the same page. On Saturday, I showed up at the green room when I was told to. I think it was 3:30. Yeah, we were booked for 3:30 till 10. Don't think I was there until 10, but just in case, they wanted us there until 10. Once all of the volunteers were there, they kind of took stock of, okay, who do we have? What are you interested in doing? And mostly they needed den parents. So that's what I did. They gave us a tour of the green room, like where all of the dens were. Okay, here's the corner with the water. The mirror is over there. This is the registration desk. Sewing supplies are off on that table. They also showed us from the green room how to get to the stage. And then how they want the flow of the masquerade to go, like where entrance participants, costume contest people, where the participants go on the stage, do their skit, come off the stage. They also showed us where there was a gap in the curtain backstage to get to the audience side, as there was one group that instead of going on stage, the costume was just too bulky. They went out into the audience and then up towards the judges for their presentation. What else did they show us? Where the workmanship judges were, washrooms. That's important to know. And the photography room. Okay, I have a bloop here. Hold on a sec. I'm going to call that my stitch. And there. That should work, I hope. We were given a clipboard. I like clipboards and charts and things with the names of the people in our den, the name of the entry. So instead of just like the person's name, they usually had a title for the presentation. The running number, so what order they were, the entry number, and what tasks each group had to complete. Most of it ideally before they go on stage. So just scrolling down here. Okay, what they had to do. Each participant had to have official photography. They also had to have a quick little cell phone picture for the fan favorite contest. They needed to talk to the MC so that the MC knew what was going on, knew how to pronounce everything, not just their names, but names from the show or whatever media they were doing. What kind of tone, just so that the contestants' vision was being realized. We also had to figure out if the participants needed any help getting on or off the stage. Were there any large props? They didn't really have stage ninjas, so we had to have a plan for if somebody needed extra help. All of the entrants had to see workmanship judges. Some of that happened during the masquerade. So there were two sets of judges, workmanship judges and presentation judges, which is nice because You can have people, it's like, okay, I've done my stage presentation. Now I can go line up for workmanship judging. Or I'm near the end of the show. There's no line right now. I'm going to go see the workmanship judges because the masquerade has just started. Okay, other responsibilities that a den parent can have. We need to make sure that the participants stay well hydrated, fed. For the sci-fi masquerade, they had not only water, like a little water station, but also some light snacks set up. And for both of the masquerades that I was a den parent at, I had some emergency snacks with me. I had granola bars, I think a couple of cookies, that kind of thing. Moral support. Some people need encouragement or need to chat with somebody to help keep their nerves down, or reassurance of, okay, this is what the stage looks like. This is how you're going to go on and off the stage. You'll be able to see the other people before you go so you know what's happening. If needed, I was there to help people get in and out of costumes. And I did need to help one woman with a costume that it's like, I can't get this part on by myself. Minor finishing touches, like if you need an extra set of hands, making those last minute adjustments to parts of your costume that you can't see. Like, okay, is my bow straight? How does that look back there? Make sure, your underpants aren't. No, make sure your skirt isn't tucked into your underpants or something horrifying like that. Unless that's your plan. That could be interesting. Could be a very interesting story. We had to make sure that our participants were in the correct running order. So literally making sure my little ducklings were in a row, in the proper row. Liaisoning with the green room coordinator. So every once in a while, it was like, okay, do you have everybody in your den? Yes, no. Some people were a little later arriving than others. Okay, has everybody talked to the MC? No, yes. Okay, we're waiting on this person to do this. We don't know where the person went with the cell phone. Whatever it was, making sure that the green room coordinator knew what was going on. So he would come around periodically and just kind of check in, look at our checklist, make sure what was going on, if we needed any help. Like there were times I know he was kind of shuffling the MC along to different dens to kind of like, oh, you need to talk to this person. Don't forget about this person. And the MC was really good as well to kind of like, okay, I need to see this person. Where are they? Making sure that participants know where different resources are, like the washroom, water, sewing supplies, food, full-length mirror. Love that they had a full-length mirror. That way you could see how you looked, that things were how you wanted them. And of course, herding your little ducklings towards the stage. I did get to watch most of the masquerade. They had set up a screen in the green room so we could see what was going on. There were some times as we were heading, like as my den was heading out, that we kind of staged for a bit in the hallway behind the green room and the stage. But I could still see most of what was going on. And for me, it was being able to see these costumes up close and to kind of hear stories about how they made different things or the materials they were using. That was so much fun and incredible. Yes, there was a little bit of work involved, having to make sure that everybody got to what they needed to get done, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had so much fun that I volunteered for Sunday night for the historical masquerade. It's like, if you need me, I'm willing to help out. So I showed up Sunday at the appropriate time, and they looked around at who they had and was like, if you want to be a den parent again, you can. I'm like, thank you very much. I will. Okay, something has happened. There we go. I was twisted. So it was a lot of fun. It really was. If you like helping people, if you like seeing super pretty costumes up close, if you like trying different things and you want to give back to the cosplay community, I really, really recommend volunteering at a masquerade. Cons are always looking for extra help, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Did I put a chain? No, I didn't put a chain in. There's my chain. This is actually more difficult than you think, crocheting and talking. Well, a granny square, I can do that easily enough, but this is a little fine and a little hard to see where the stitches are. I mean, look at that. It was a different experience, but I'm very happy I did volunteer as a den parent. I learned a lot about what goes on at a masquerade behind the scenes. I have so much respect for the organizers. They did an amazing job at CC42. They really did. Beverly and Aaron, kudos. Those were the con chairs. The masquerade runners, organizers, directors, whatever their title may be, they were fabulous as well. Dealt with any little hiccup that came along the way efficiently and without fuss. Well, I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about. There's no questions in the chat, so I did manage to get some work done on this corset cover. Yeah, it's smaller than the last time you saw me working on it. I've started it again. The next time I do one of these live stream chat and crochet and chat, I will tell you more about the pattern for this and the saga of where I've been at and all the headaches. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe so you can see how not just this, but all of my other cosplay, crochet, and history bounding projects turn out. Let me know in the comment section if there are other ideas you have for little chats that I can do while I crochet, because I really, really do need to keep working on this project. And anything that helps me to sit down and be, I was going to say focused, but maybe focused is the right word, but I'm not totally focused. Anyway, being productive on this is really useful. I appreciate you being here, sitting with me while I do some work. I'd be interested in knowing if any of you were also doing some creative adventures. Thank you for turning up. Good night. And until next time, have fun, be creative, and take care.